Welcome back. We're joined by Ms. Esperanza Maldonado, a graduate of New Community's Automotive Training Program and current employee with Sansone Automall. And Esperanza is here to share her story as a real-life testament to the good work we do and the strong employer partnerships that we have with local employers. So, Ms. Esperanza, welcome.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Great. Thank you for joining us. So why don't you tell us a little bit, how did you hear about New Community's Automotive Training Program and some of the work we've done to help you get to where you are now?
Actually, I was in transition and I ended up walking into the Bergen Street office, and I spoke with the counselor there, and she was very, very good, and she explained to me how I could possibly make $250,000 a year through the automotive program, and that's all I heard was $250,000.
Yeah.
So therefore I started, and I never wanted to look back.
Wow.
I love it.
And when did you go through the program? At what time? What period of that? When was that?
I went through the program about 10 years ago when I was in the morning class. And I have to say, it changed my life.
So in terms of the automotive field, what was your initial interest in the automotive field as what is known as a non-traditional area of employment for young ladies? What was your interest in the automotive field?
Well, being honest with you, I like cars. I like cars a lot. I didn't see myself fixing them, but I figured that eventually that I would get into it. And that's what made me walk into the automotive class. Once I got there, I met a gentleman named Rich Liebler who was very good. He saw in the beginning that I wouldn't be a technician, that I would probably be better off in the sales, and it actually worked out for me very well. Gotcha.
And in terms of just the automotive industry as a whole, having a career interest in going into other aspects in sales, how helpful was it for you to have the background knowledge of just what a technician would do?
Very helpful. Very helpful. As a matter of fact, selling cars, just knowing some of the problems that a vehicle could possibly have when a person walks in and says, hey, my car is doing this, and just being able to give them some type of insight actually helps a lot. I think that makes me a little bit better than most females that are in the industry. It gives me a little bit of a leg up because I actually know what's going on with the vehicle.
Wow. So tell us a little bit about your role now. So you are an employee with Sansone Automall.
Yes. And
what's your role? What do you do with Sansone?
I sell cars. And if anybody is looking for a car, I will be there today until 9 p.m. But that's what I do. I sell cars.
And then that career path, and in terms of, again, having the opportunity to sell cars and a salesperson and the connection with the automotive program, how beneficial as selling cars and working in the automotive field has been for you sort of personally?
Very beneficial. As a matter of fact, the job that I had previous to being in the automotive industry, I was making $9 an hour, and they were giving me 4 hours a day. And now I make $100,000 a year. So I must say that it's been very beneficial mentally, spiritually, financially, emotionally. I think the industry covered every aspect of my life.
Wow. Which is an excellent sort of point. When you look at the transition from the job you had prior to your current role, what's your life story? How did you get, from an entry-level minimum wage job to now making making $100,000 a year?
Well, Rich Liebler came in. He was teaching life skills classes, and he asked me what I was doing. I was actually selling timeshare, which is very hard to sell timeshare. And he said, you know what, if you can do that, stay there for a little while, and if you can do that, you come to me and I'll give you a shot. Every day I would come in, every day he taught life skills, I would come in and ask him for a job. Just so happened on the day that I was not going to be working at the timeshare place, he offered me a job that day. It was as if it was meant to be.
And your personal life story, what the trials and tribulations that we all experience, and to look at where you are now based on where you might have been previously. Tell us a little bit about that story.
I came from very harsh beginnings. I was in and out of institutions from 18 until actually when I came to New Community. I was still actually in transition when I walked into New Community. And from where I started, it's night and day. If you ask me, New Community is like a beacon of hope in a dark place, because where I would have been from where I am now is night and day. I probably would have, unfortunately, been in another institution. Now I have no doubt in my mind that I will never walk into those doors again. And if I do walk into those doors again, I'll be walking in there to share my hope and experience and just life lessons with the people.
And that testimony, that story, what's the message to those out there that might be going through a struggle or in the process of deciding what's best for them in life? What's the message to that audience member that's listening today?
If you decide in your heart and your mind that you want to change, there's nothing in the world that can stop you. Nothing. And all you need to do is be put into the place with the right resources. New Community was the right resource for me. As long as you get partnered with the right resources, skies is the limit, because everybody wants you to succeed. Nobody wants to see a person fail.
How hard was it? What were the challenges? Were there those who doubted your success? How did you look beyond those who doubting what you could do and stay focused on what was best for Esperanza?
Success is the best revenge. So every time somebody doubted me or felt as though that I wouldn't make it, I wanted to succeed that much more. And when you have the right people behind you that are pushing you in the right direction, success is the only place that you can go.
Yeah. Well, the work of New Community, it's really evident, not so much of what we do, but it's really the lives that we're changing. And Esperanza is a live example, but it's done, again, with partnerships, right, with employers who are willing to give our students an opportunity. Esperanza, as we wrap up this segment, what's, again, one message that you can say that connects it all from your time at New Community and from your time now where you are at with Sansone?
Well, I believe that Sansone and New Community are two people that come together to try to help everybody they come in contact with. And I believe that if you want to help and you want to change, they can help you change.
Great. Thank you, Esperanza. Thank you for joining us.